guys, I try to give you a nice starting point here for your improvisation with triads. It's about finding triads on the fretboard, connecting chords, the 1, 4 and a 5. And it's about connecting those chords with some nice chromatic lines, I would say. So this is a starting point here. And we will start to connect the triads on 3 strings. This is the first lesson. The same concept here, but you take the 4 strings in the middle, the A string, the D string, the G string and the B string. Same concept here, but with the D, G, B and E string. And this is a nice lesson to learn the triads, but to reduce everything to 2 or 3 strings. I would say you can start with 2 strings and play the triads here. So you can hear the change with those notes because you have a triad on 2 notes. The triads don't have always to be on 3 notes or on 3 strings, I would say. It can be on a 2-note combination. It's a little bit hard to play here. Maybe you can do it like this. And then when you try to play that on 3 strings, you get a little bit more possibilities here. So let's say you have the E major triad here, the A major here, and then the B7 here. And then you have a little bit more to choose from. But reduce all that stuff and try it for some time only to play over those 3 strings. You can try to find some nice combinations. Maybe you try to change the direction from the high string to the low string, or you can change the direction. Try some combinations. This is what you do here. You find a good way to the next chord, and this is one reason why those lessons are sometimes a little bit difficult, because you learn the arpeggios. Maybe let's say you learn all the E major arpeggios over the fretboard, but you don't play the move from one chord to the other chord. This is exactly what you do here. You try to find a good way to come to the other chord, to the next chord. You also can do a combination of 4 strings, of course, maybe the A string, the D string, and the G string, and the B string. It's also possible to try this. And you always have the chord. You always play the chord, and this is, for me, it's a really important lesson to find good ways to really play the sound of the chord. So this will help you maybe. Try to get some other positions and try to reduce your lesson to 3 strings. This is one thing that should help. Sometimes chromatic lines are a good way to get from one chord into the other chord. So here are 3 licks to learn. What do I do here? I see on the fretboard, I see the scale and I see the triad in front of me. You know, this is not only about playing triads over the fretboard. It's about seeing the triad in the scale. And what I do here, I play 3 chords. I play the A major. I play the E major. Sorry. And then I play the A major, and then I play the B7, and I play every chord over a E bass. So easy stuff. And what I like is the sound of a triad mixed with the sound of a arpeggio, or the 7th chord here, the B7 chord. It's a 5 chord, and I put in the 7 here. So what I do, I combine the triads, the E major triad. This is the first triad I see. Then the next triad is the A major triad. And the last one is the B7 triad. Oh, not the triad, it's the arpeggio. The sound. So the lick goes, and then I have the first chromatic approach here to the 3rd of the A. The major 7 is really more like an approach here, and then I play this chromatic note to the 3rd of the A. I land on the 3rd of the A. After this, I'm on the A major arpeggio. And then I play the A major arpeggio, a triad, this one. So this is the high, the triad here with the A on the top. And then I go also over the major 7. But more as an approach 2, because the chord isn't a major chord here. I play A major chord. It's not a major 7 chord, but a major chord. So I don't want to have the major 7 too long here. And the last arpeggio is the arpeggio is the 7th chord, the B7 chord after this. It's the sound. This is the important thing for me. I see the arpeggio or the 3 triad shapes, I see it in the scale. So I see the A major and the E major, the A major and the B7 triad in my scale here. This is the ending of the lick. So this is the lick slowed down, and when I am here on the A major or on the 4 chord, I play this chromatic approach to the 3rd of the B7, and I see the B7 here. It's also a scale I see, but I see a B7 arpeggio. I see the B7 arpeggio when I play this lick, you know. So I come from the A major 7, and this is another chromatic approach here, as I said, to the 3rd of the B7, and then I go over this chromatic tone, and I play this kind of, yeah, it's a major 3rd here, but it's an approach note. It's a chromatic approach, and this is another chromatic approach to the 3 of the E. The 3rd is always a nice tone to land on the arpeggio or in a scale or everywhere. The 3rd is a really characteristic note for your chord, and it's always nice to come with a chromatic approach to this note. This is all coming from the downside to the 3 of the chord. A typical blues sound, but I also can do it on the 4, of course. You know, this is the 4 chord. And I play the 1/2 step before the 3rd of the chord. Yeah, the C sharp. So this is always a nice note to land on. So that's what I do in this lick here. And I land on the 5 of the E. Also a very good note to land on. So, and this is also the same concept. I see the triad in the scale, and I start over the E with a chromatic approach here. And what I see is also the triad. This is the E major triad up here. And then I land on the E. And then the chromatic approach to the same triad, but an octave higher. So I come from here, and I'm standing here on the 5 of the chord. And then I go to the A major. With this kind of lick. And this is also a chromatic approach here to the B here, to the C sharp, to the 3rd. And I see the triad of the A major triad here. And I go up to this triad. You can see it as this A major triad here. And after that, I play the B7 arpeggio. And I come from this note here, the root, and I go back to the 7 of the B. And I see this triad here. Or the 7 chord. You know, I see the triad, the B major triad, and the B7 here at the same time, because this is a B7 drop voicing. And but I see the arpeggio in the scale, in the E major scale. As I said, I always see the arpeggio in the scale of the tonality you are in. You're on E major 7, so I see the E major 7 scale. And here you have the arpeggios. So that's a trick, I would say. Know your scale, see the arpeggio in the scale or the triad in the scale, so you can navigate through the whole thing. Some people call it the caged system, and it's the shapes of the chords. So the C shape, the A shape, the G shape of C major, the E shape of C major, and the D shape. Caged. But it doesn't matter what you call it. It's you can say it's the root system of the guitar. You know, you have 5 positions of the root system: the C here, the C here, the C here, the C here, here, and here. So these are the 5 positions. This is nothing else, but some people call it the caged system. And this is also the way I see it. But I see always the scale underneath, because for me the scale is the smallest web I see on the fretboard. And the ending of the lick is also a triad over the E major chord here. You can slide it here. Maybe it's easier. And here I have also a chromatic approach to the to the 5 of the E, And I go back to the root. And I land on the third of the E also. And this is also a good note to end on. Maybe it's a little bit too deep, but when the bass is staying on the low E, it should be okay. You always have to be a little bit careful when you land on a third, and it's a really low note in the chord. Sometimes you have the low interval limit problem that it sounds a little bit muddy. But I think in this case it's okay because the bass is playing a deep E. So it should be no problem there. The last lick is a little bit somehow the same thing like the lick 2, but it's a little bit, it's 1 octave higher and it uses some other shapes. I come here with a chromatic approach to the third of the E. That's it. And I have this chromatic line here, up here to the also the third, again, the third. So this is the first part of the E. Then over the A major chord, I play, and this is a, this is a little bit tricky because you play the triad. And then I used a hybrid picking technique for the sixth here. You know, you have this sixth interval here. It sounds a little bit bluesy or country-esque, but this is what you can do with a hybrid technique. So I play the triad here. Then I am here on the sixth interval. I play 2 notes, chromatic approach to the note up here. So this is the part. Okay, and this is the last part of the lick. This is a hard one. Okay, I do the pull off here. And I go over the scale here, and I land here. Scale tone, or it's maybe you can say it's arpeggio and scale tone. And I play a chromatic approach here. So this is the last part, and this is, how do you say, the pushed note. So it's not on the 1, it's 1, 2, 3, ba-do, ba-do, ga-do, ba-do. 1, 2, 3. I go to the E. For me, triads are really a good way to improvise or to reduce everything to really good notes in your improvisation. The sun is coming, so I have to finish the video. Thank you for watching. On my Patreon channel you can download all the files, the PDFs and the tabs and the guitar profile. Thank you for watching. Come back to my YouTube channel please and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye bye.